I'm going to show you the voice AI that is booking thousands of appointments for real estate investors inside of our Revamp 365 platform. Let's get into it. All right. What we are looking at here is an analytics dashboard for one of our users. And this is a heavier user, but this is not unnormal. This guy started April 17th. Today is May 19th. So in about a month, he has ran 20,000 calls through our platform with 83 hours of talk time. He spent just over $1,100 in actual call cost, but most importantly, well, this still isn't most important, 61 hot leads in that time, 305 warm leads, and cold, we're not even going to talk about cold. But 305 warm leads and 61 hot leads. And I know because this client specifically, he told me he closed 3 deals in his first 48 hours using our platform. And if you're watching this video, you are probably in the world of voice AI. You're looking into agents. You're looking into different systems. I'm here to pull back the curtains and show you exactly how our platform works and give you the frameworks that we build agents with in our system so you can steal it and you can go replicate it elsewhere, or you can improve the workflow that you already have, because we have thousands of hours invested into research and development at this point. And to be honest, I haven't really seen many other systems that are close to putting out the output of what our system is doing. So with that, let's get right into it. I am going to pull up a different screen here. Let's see. I am going to drop you directly into our platform. And by the way, nothing to sell you here. Well, maybe, hopefully you buy one of our premium products. But by the time this video is out, and this is going to make probably a lot of enemies in the software space for me, by the time this video is out, you will be able to go to our platform, revamp365.ai that we're looking at here, and you'll be able to create an account entirely free, make one of these agents like I'm going to show you in this video exactly how to do, entirely for free. You'll even be able to test and call yourself entirely for free. And if you want to literally just steal what you built in our platform out, you can literally export it directly from here. Okay? So the reason that I am doing this is because I think a lot of people are really interested in the technology and really do want to be able to leverage some of the things that are available, but you don't know how. There's a really heavy barrier to entry because most companies in the real estate niche specifically that are offering this type of product, most of them don't even display pricing. If they do display pricing, it's not transparent, which is a whole other topic entirely that we'll get into a little bit later here. And most of them want to just push you to a demo call, to a sales call, before they'll even show you behind the curtains of if their platform even actually works. So I'm going to flip that on its head here. I'm going to show you behind the curtain, show you everything that our system does. And again, try to give value here and hope that we can elevate the industry by some of the things that I'm going to share with you. So once you come to revamp365.ai and create your free account, or you can opt for a paid account too. That is totally your option. And what you're going to do, our platform does a whole bunch of other things. There's property data, there's MLS data in certain regions and territories. There's the ability to send contracts, book appointments, like a Calendly type feature or function. You can look up buyers, you can build lists, you can skip trace, you can deep trace. But what we're going to focus on here is the voice AI agents, because that is apparently what we've built a best-in-class product in. So that's what I'm going to show you here. So you'll just come over on the left navigation here to this AI voice and chat, and it's going to drop you right here. And I'm in a test account here. This is exactly what everything's going to look like when you log in for the first time. So I'm going to come over to the agents tab. Again, there's nothing in here. It's just a test account. But I'm going to walk you through exactly what you will be able to do on an entirely free plan. You can click Create Agent here, Voice Agent, and we have some pre-built templates in here. And that's probably what I'm going to show in this video. I may do more videos in the future where I show our AI assisted builder so you can build an agent for almost any use case. But the two main ones here that we set up in most people's accounts when we onboard is an outbound voice agent or an inbound voice agent. So the inbound voice agents are fantastic for any sort of Google PPC or PPL providers. If you have a form on your website and you're not doing paid ads, somebody fills out a form, our platform can automatically catch that and call the lead right away before they go to your competitor and fill out their form. But the outbound agents are what I'm going to show here because it's more sophisticated and more complicated than the inbound seller leads. So I'm just going to click this template here. Let's go create. And this might look a little overwhelming. So there's a whole lot going on here, but we're going to dive into it. And I'm actually going to show you the prompt architecture of what makes our voice agents really great and really go behind the scenes. And again, my hope is if you have experience, if you've seen other things that are working well, drop it in the comments. I want to have like an open forum about this and kind of try to elevate what's happening. So directly from here, everything that we're looking at, each one of these things on the canvas here is called a node. Think of nodes like a step in a sales process in this case. And literally everything that we're looking at here is actually the script that I trained in-person sales reps on in my wholesale business for many, many, many years. And then about a year ago, I started adapting this, my script that I had, to be able to work for AI. Okay, so step one, node number one, it's just opening the conversation. So it's just saying, hi, I'm Sarah from Direct Home Buyers, which we do that just so it's a generic company name since this is outreach. We are not using this for cold calling. That's a whole other topic entirely about compliance and what that might look like in the future. But even if you have an opted lead in your system, they've raised their hand, they've responded to some of your marketing, still when you're doing outreach, you probably don't want to say your company name right away. So we use a generic name. And ironically enough, I've heard in the last 2 or 3 months that there's multiple other big voice AI companies like us that are also using the name Sarah. So I think everybody is now just going to associate the name Sarah with voice AI robots, which is kind of funny. But I say that because everything in here is fully customizable. I'm going to show you the framework of how this is all set up by default within our templates, but you can customize literally anything that you want to in here. And I'm going to give some best practices and principles along the way about what I've learned since we started building this all out about a year ago, a little more than a year ago, I guess. And just some things that will probably shorten the learning curve for you and make your experience with voice agents that much better. Okay, so again, this is just opening the conversation. if we ever do have a step in the sales process that we want to be really rigid and firm about what the voice agent is saying, we can change the instruction type from prompt to static text. So if I changed to static text, it would literally read word for word everything that I have in this box here, which obviously, since I kind of have a note in here, we would not want to do that in this case. But again, I'm just showing that to highlight that everything is fully customizable and you can build this exactly to your liking. Then moving on to some of the other things, the transitions. This is how the person on the other end of the line responds to the prompt. Okay, so in these 4 transitions here, it's basically saying that if the seller responds and says, yes, that's me, it's going to follow this path. If they say some version of who's this, why are you calling, it's going to follow this path. If they say not interested, stop calling, take me off your damn list, or whatever, it's going to follow this path, and so on and so forth. Okay? So we could trace all of these lines and see where they're going, but you can also kind of see here where it's going. Okay, so let's just go over to node number 2 here. Okay. Confirm what property they own. Most of the time, you're probably going to have an address anyway, but this is basically saying, even if there is an address, still ask, just confirming you do own the property at 123 Main Street. And by the way, I'm going to show you a sample call in here as well to show you how this actually works in the real world. So actually drop in the comments if you want the copy of this entire prompt structure for all of the different nodes, because I am pretty confident by the time you hear our demo call, you are also going to want a copy of this. So it's not just about the node structure, okay? And it's not just about this global prompt, but this is definitely worth touching on. This global prompt is basically think of it as the company handbook that your voice agent, let's call it your employee, has to live and die by. Okay? So if we went through this entire thing, which I'm not going to in this video just because it would take entirely too long. So again, if you want a copy of this, just comment below or just go to our platform for free, create one of these accounts exactly like I'm showing you how to in this video, and you'll be able to swipe all of it from there, and hopefully you sign up. But yeah, these are just rules that the agent has to pay attention to. And we could go a little deeper and we could say, if we wanted to give the agent more knowledge, more context, we could add a knowledge base as well. Think of a knowledge base like if you had a bunch of different products, right? If we were a product-based business, you could add a knowledge base for every one of the individual products that you have. Let's say you're a tire shop, right? Like you could list the pricing of every single model of tire and every size of tire that you have and put that all in a knowledge base. Okay. For the most part, real estate investors that are using our platform don't really use these too much. I actually probably use them more than anybody else because I am now not using our platform to reach out to sellers. I'm literally using our platform to be a CRM for clients that want to use our platform. So kind of different use case, but I have more knowledge base that's necessary and relevant to give our voice AI agents that are going to speak with potential clients that are interested in using our platform, right? So anyway, moving on through some of the sales framework of the agent. Again, I'm kind of just going to breeze through a bunch of this here and try to get through some of the less important things and get to some of the cool things. Mini introduction, sound human, which by the way, our voice agent, if asked if it's an AI, will say that it is not an AI. Actually, I can show you this here as well. I'm all over the place. Sorry, it is 8:30 at night, and it has been a 14-hour day already. With this agent handbook, this is new. This is probably all new for a lot of you. You can select some of these different options that are in here. These are the ones that by default I typically select. Trust and safety, this is on by default. You can turn it off. So do with that what you please. I am not a lawyer. I am not going to tell you what is recommended and what you should or should not do. Ownership, confirm that they own the property. Interest check. Do you actually want to receive an offer? Are you open to an offer? What is the condition of the property? I'm going to try to expand most of these so you can see I'm trying to give you all the behind the scenes here. Motivation, right? What's got you considering selling? How long has it been an issue? And there it's set to kind of dig in and probe a little bit to get to the meat of the issue, because obviously that's incredibly important. It's not as simple as just call and make an offer, right? We have to actually go through a sales framework, and anybody that's watching this and already has a successful acquisitions company, you know this. I'm not telling you anything new. What is your timeline? Are you the decision maker? Is there anybody else involved that needs to be a part of this decision? Okay, and all the different transitions there. Equity. Do you have any liens against the property? Then here's a quick little explanation, because we've already collected some information about them. We know that they do have some form of motivation by this point. So now it's just a little description. We buy homes as is, right? Does that seem like a good fit for you? We're going to make a cash offer. And then it gets into, there's a whole bunch of other stuff here. If they're retail, if they want too much money. But it goes to pricing. And I want to highlight this in this video because, you know what? I should make my face smaller here. Hang on. Let's do this. My apologies. My face has been massive on the screen. Again, this script that I'm showing you here was essentially the same thing that I trained sales reps on in my company. But I didn't realize until about a month ago, and our voice agents have been live and running for about 5 months now, been behind the scenes and in testing and development much longer. But only about a month ago, when we made some massive strides and improvements to our models and the architecture of how we build these agents, again, that I'm sharing with you here entirely for free. But my point is, I didn't realize how effective simply asking the same question again and again and again could be when actually done by a really intelligent artificial intelligence. Because I myself am not that smart, and I guess none of the salespeople that I've ever had are that smart. But in the demo call that I'm going to show you here, you're going to see how effective this is. Now, essentially what we're doing here is we're asking the pricing question again and again and again. So the first time it's going to ask some version of, what do you think your property's worth? Then it's going to ask, how'd you come up with that number? Then it's going to ask, how much are you actually looking to get? Then, if we were to close cash as is with no repairs, no inspections, no commissions, what would you actually take? Then, is that your best number? Then, if we can't meet at that number, is it worth a call back? Okay, so it's really, really, really hammering that question. Like, how'd you come up with that number? Is it your best number? Would you do any better? And now that the AI is getting better, because it is month after month, and I realized that our AI is effectively using that to actually negotiate without ever even saying a number on our side. So again, I'm going to show you this in a sample call, and a whole other point to look ahead towards is I can't even say this close, because we actually did already crack the offer call for a voice AI to actually pick up the spot where this agent leaves off and would typically hand over to a sales rep to call the person and confirm a bunch of the information and make a real offer, or go in person and meet with the seller. We already have a voice AI that is doing an incredible job of picking up where that human currently is picking up and actually making the offers. So we'll get to that later. Actually, we won't get to that in this video. I don't want to lie to you. I'm not going to get to that in this video. But let's see what else we got in here. There's a few other steps. So if it has the pricing conversation and it seems that the person is looking for way more money than cash offer would make sense at, and it deems that their house is in really good condition, they have no real motivation, the only thing that they're looking for is top dollar on their property, then it's going to put them into this bucket, and it's going to go through this prompt with them. So some of the other steps, if they're hostile, they really don't want to talk, they're really insisting that you fuck off, it's going to end up on this node. Okay. Next steps, appointment or transfer. Our system also has the ability to do live transfers. So if it makes it through the entire sales process and it seems like a good fit, it's going to ask the seller, basically, seems like a proper property we'd like to look deeper into. Would you like to set a quick call with a home buying specialist? Would you like to do that now or later? And if they say now, it'll do a live transfer, which you can set your settings here. You can do a warm transfer, a cold transfer. I don't want this video to go on for 8 hours, so I'm not going to go into all of this, but you can do transfers. You can also schedule. So again, if you're familiar with Calendly, because that's probably the largest calendar booking platform, you can set your own calendar appointments in the revamped platform, and you can use your calendar booking links with your voice AI agent. So what that would look like, without diverting entirely and going to a whole different page here, you would create an appointment that's like seller meeting or in-person seller meeting, right? And you would give your voice AI agent the ability to use that calendar booking link and book on your calendar for you. And it'll look at your availability. It'll look at the times that you do want to allow or disallow bookings, and it will literally put them on your calendar for you. Okay. There's a whole bunch of other things in here. You can transfer the call to a different voice AI agent. You can do text messages. You can use MCP servers if you are technologically that deep into all of this. Whole bunch of different things that you can do. Okay. And the last things that I'll show you here before I pull up a demo call, because this is relevant as well, you can select your LLMs, your AI that is powering the voice agent, I should say. and you can select your voices. So by default, we usually use this Haley voice, but there's a whole bunch of different ones in here. I don't know if you'll even be able to hear this if I click it. Okay, hopefully you can hear that. So there's a whole bunch of different options in there. As to the LLM model, usually by default, we just select the GPT 5.1. It's not the cheapest. It's not the most expensive. If the cheapest is really something that matters to you, you could go with something like I don't know why that says cheapest. That's not the cheapest. I guess GPT-5 Nano is the cheapest at 0.003 cents per minute. I'm going to give you my 2 cents here. Most of the calls that your voice AI agent is on, you want it to be as intelligent as humanly possible. And I understand that the cost savings between 0.003 cents versus the most expensive model, which at this moment is GPT 5.5, which we can make even more expensive by using the fast tier with premium routing. And that brings it up to, about 32 cents per minute. And then it adds in the cost for all of the other things. Basically, all of the context that you have in each one of these nodes and the context that you put into this global prompt. And if you have a knowledge base, that's eating up memory that your voice AI agent needs to send when it's querying and trying to figure out what the seller is saying to them and how to respond to them, right? So it's basically looking at all that. The more stuff you have in there, the more expensive it's going to be. But again, my mental model behind this is, especially if you are further along in the sales process, right? You're not doing this for cold outreach. You're not doing it for cold calling. You want to have the most intelligent conversation that you're capable of. And the difference between 0.003 cents to me versus 40 cents per minute, like it doesn't even matter, right? Like our average deal size in the real estate investment industry, I don't need to tell you guys if you're watching this, it's pretty big. Okay. So that's all I'll say on that. And let's come down here. So if you went through all this, right, you just kind of looked at how everything is laid out and you want to test this voice agent. Let's delete this off of here because that wasn't connected to anything. You want to test your voice agent. You can literally just come over to this tab, test agent, and you can go, well, it's going to tell you to publish it first. So we'll do that. We will give it a name here. Test agent video. Okay. Let's do that. And we're going to come back down to the bottom and we're going to publish. I'm going to come back and show you some of this post-call analysis in a minute. But let's publish this for now. We don't have any phone numbers purchased yet because, again, this is a trial account. So this is exactly what you'll do if you create a free account and you come in here to test it out. So you'll publish it. Now there's a name there. Now you can go test agent and you can just go start test call. I'm not sure if it's going to work while I'm on a video here. Oh.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Direct Home Buyers. I was looking for the owner of the property on street address. Is this first name?
Yeah, this is Drew.
Hi, Drew. I'm calling about a property you may own. Which property do you have, just so I'm looking at the right one?
123 Main Street.
Perfect. My job is simple. I'm just reaching back out to see whether you're still open to an offer.
Yeah, what's your offer?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. Would it be okay if I ask you a few quick questions? 5 minutes at most to see whether it makes sense?
5 minutes. I get these calls all the time. Like, can you just tell me what your offer is? Not waste my time.
I hear you. I don't want to waste your time. Before I quote anything, I just need to make sure I'm speaking with the right decision maker. Are you the sole owner or is there anyone else involved in that decision?
All right. So we are going to stop there and we will leave this voice agent because I'm not going to go through the whole call.
No
Um,
problem. Are you the
oh,
sole owner?
actually, never mind. It's going to continue.
No worries. Are you the only owner or would
How do
someone
we
else need
stop
to be?
that? Let's refresh. Okay. So I should have stopped that before I closed out of the tab, but you can have a test call from directly in there. And if you don't like the way that something sounds, if you don't like the voice, if you don't like the way that it's opening the conversation or whatever, you can come back in, you can change whatever you want in the node, and you can update it, save it, and then go back into test the agent again. And we actually have some new beta features that you're able to train an agent in here as well. Again, I'm not going to go into that in this video because it will be a little bit more complicated anyway, and apparently it's not unlocked in this account. So let's move on to something else important. You got your speech settings. Again, this is all set by default. You don't even need to do this unless you don't like that background sound that's going on in the call. Like usually we have like a coffee shop or something, so you can just kind of hear noise going on in the background. It just makes it sound slightly more real. Here, we'll go through two different examples here. We'll do one that is a coffee shop. Okay, let's update that. Oops, no. It really hates that one transfer node having a not real phone number in it. So for right now, we're just going to delete it. Okay, let's update. Okay. Now, let's go back. Test agent. Kind of here.
Hi, I'm Sarah from Direct Home Buyers. I was looking for the owner of street address. Is this first name?
Sarah, are you in like a coffee shop or something?
Sorry about the background noise. I'm Sarah with Direct Home Buyers, trying to reach the owner of street address. Is this first name?
Sarah, are you a robot?
Yes, I'm a virtual assistant. My job is simple. I'm just reaching back out to see whether you're still open to an offer on the property.
Boom. Okay. And by the way, if I wanted, I could put in the custom variables that it's stupidly right now saying in the beginning, hey, is this blank name? In a real call, even if the record that you were calling did not have a property address or a seller name, it would not actually say, hey, is this the owner of property address? It only does that on the test calls. But if you're like me, that might drive you nuts, and then you can just put a test value in there. Okay. And let's move on through some of the other settings. You can play with all of these things. Okay. I've found that coffee shop sounds really good. Call center is another good one, but I would probably drop that sound level back down to like 0.6, maybe 0.7. So it's not as pronounced and annoying to the person on the other end of the call. Back channeling gives the voice agent the ability to, when the seller is speaking, be able to say things like, yeah, yup, I'm listening, yup. It does it pretty tastefully by default anyway, but maybe that's something that you want to play with. Pronunciation. This matters for Revamp 365. for all of the voice agents that I have built, again, to talk with prospective clients that are interested in our platform. If I don't give explicit instructions and I just type out, we are revamp365.ai, it will literally speak it that way. It's going to say, hey, thanks for calling revamp365.ai. And that's not the way that it's spoken. We say revamp365. So what you could do is, if that was the case, I could put in whatever I want, and then I would tell it how to say it verbally. Revamp 3 as the number 65. My enter button on my keyboard is not happy. That looks weird. We got to fix that. We are not perfect, and we will never be perfect, but we strive for it. Okay. All right. Some of the other things here. I rarely mess with these. Oh man, we have a storm coming in. The lights are dimming. What is going on? Maybe you want to play with those. Maybe you don't. Call settings, voicemail detection. By default, we usually leave this on so it does hang up if it reaches a voicemail. I'm not sure if I'm going to go into it in this video. Probably not. We're already 40 minutes in. I'll have to do another video on our campaign orchestration and our workflows and how to really get the most value and bang for your buck out of using voice agents. But by default, it's good practice to just hang up instead of leaving a voicemail. Okay, we'll leave it at that. Some other settings you have here. Post-call analysis. This is huge. I'm still going to breeze over it, though. You can use GPT-5 Mini to do the post-call analysis and basically look at the things that were said by the agent and or the seller in the call and process everything. There's a bunch of different things that are in here that you'll see. There's a little lock on. It's showing you that these are system-generated post-call analysis that you can't delete, you can't change. Like, this system relies on it to be able to rank and place calls where necessary. I'm not going to go through all of them here, but disposition. What was the disposition of the call? Are they interested? Are they not interested? Was it wrong number? Whatever. There's a whole bunch of different things in here. Call summary, interest level, hot, warm, cold. Did it speak with the owner? Did it speak with a gatekeeper, like an answering service or assistant or somebody else that was not the person that we were trying to reach? A whole bunch of other things. But I say that to say you can add your own post-call analysis in here if you want something over and above the things that are already in here. So you could do a text, you could do a true or false, like, I don't know, just trying to think of something like, did the seller mention, I don't know, because price is going to be already in there and everything. Let's just say that did the seller mention that they have a price in mind on the call? Yes or no? Okay. And you would just give it a description. This is essentially like your prompt of telling it how to do this analysis. So if that's what I was trying to do, I would write something like, analyze the conversation to see if the seller ever gave a actual number of what their expectations were, or something like that. Maybe I want to go deeper. Maybe I don't. Okay. So that is basically it for things that you can do, things that you can customize within your voice agent. There's also version history. We won't worry about that for now. Okay. So let's leave and let's get to the meat and potatoes. Let me pull up a demo call for you here. Let me switch here because I have to go into a client account. Bear with me 1 second. Okay. Now, in advance, you'll have to forgive me because obviously we need to blur some of this information because this is real client data and we can't share that. So we will have to blur names, addresses, and bleep that out from the call. But with no further ado, let me show you this sample call here. Hopefully this audio is working. Let's get into it.
Hi, if you record your name and reason for calling, I'll see if this person is available.
Oh, sure, no problem. It's Sarah with Direct Home Buyers. I'm calling to speak with the owner of about a possible offer on the property.
So, if you are not new to voice AI, you know that AI is still terrible at this when there is a gatekeeper that answers. That was like an answering service on their end. Maybe it was Google
Hi,
Voice
this
or
is
something.
Sarah
I don't
again
know.
with Direct Home Buyers. Just checking back to see
Sarah
if
got moody
the
there.
owner
Sarah
of
again.
is available to talk for a minute.
Yes,
We got her.
Got it.
this is
Thanks.
she.
Oh, perfect. Thanks for hopping on. Just to be sure I've got the right place. Are you the owner of or do you have another property you're thinking about?
No, this is the one.
Perfect.
No, I'm the owner.
Perfect. My job's pretty simple. I'm just reaching back out to see if you're still open to an offer on that place, or has that kind of changed for you?
No, I still want to sell it.
Gotcha, that helps. Would it be okay if I ask you a few quick questions, like 5 minutes at most, just to see whether selling to us makes sense for you?
Yes.
Gotcha. So, are you the sole owner of the property, or is there anyone else who'd need to be involved in the decision if you did move forward with the sale?
So we're in those qualification steps here, obviously.
Gotcha. So, just so I understand, are you open to an offer if everything made sense for you, or how are you thinking about that right now?
Yes, if it makes sense. Yes.
Okay, makes
The seller's
sense.
still very
so, what's the condition of the
standoffish.
place like right now? Anything there that you feel needs to be repaired or updated?
Yes, just the cabinets.
Gotcha, just the cabinets.
Now here's
What's
where
got you even thinking
takes a
about
left
selling
turn.
at this point? What's pushing you to want to be done with this place?
My fiance got killed, my mom died, and my grandson got killed too. So I don't have any more family here.
Oh, wow, I'm really, really sorry you've been through all of that. That's a lot to carry. In terms of timing,
So to pause there for a second, obviously that is a terrible situation, and the reality is if we were on that call as people, there probably would have been an oh shit moment, and we would have shown more emotion and sympathy and empathy. The voice AI, obviously, it's a robot. But it did say, I'm really, really sorry you've been through all that. That's a lot to carry. And then it got right back to business. It got right back into it, for better or worse. But let's pick it up from here.
if you did move forward with selling, are you thinking more like the next 30 days, maybe 60 days, or sometime further out when you feel ready?
No, next 30 or before.
She said next 30.
Totally understand wanting to move that fast. And just so we're on the same page, if we did get to a number that feels right to you, would there be anyone else you'd need to talk with before making a decision, or would that be all on you?
All on me.
Gotcha. All on you. And if we did get to a number that works for you, is there anything that might hold you back from moving forward right away? Or do you feel pretty ready?
Pretty ready.
You can tell
Got
this
it.
woman is
With the
just
house there, is it completely
devastated.
paid off, or do you still have a mortgage or any other loans tied to the property?
I still have a mortgage.
Gotcha. That's no problem at all. We work with mortgages all the time. So just so you know how we work, we buy homes completely as is. We cover the closing costs, and we can close on your timeline, even really fast if you need. The whole idea is to keep it as simple and low stress as possible for you. Does a cash, no strings attached offer sound like something you'd be open to?
Yes.
Gotcha. So to make sure we're not wasting your time, what do you feel the property is worth today? If you'd rather hear a number first, that's totally fine too. But I'd really like to hear where you're at.
Well, the house is valued at $150,000 now, but I'm not trying to get $150,000.
Got it. That helps. How did you come up with that 150 number? Was that from the lender?
No, I'm saying it's valued at $150,000, but I'm not asking for $150,000.
Gotcha. I hear you. You're not trying to get the full 150. What kind of number would feel fair to you for the place, and how did you land on that?
It's because I had put so much into the house. Like, I just done the roof, and I put a new heater in the unit and everything in it, and I'm just trying to get enough to move with after it's paid off.
Got it. That makes a lot of sense, especially
So
with
think
everything you
back
put
to
into it.
what I
Putting
showed
all
you
that
with
aside
asking
for a
this
second,
pricing question
what were you
again and again and
realistically
again.
hoping to walk
I think
away
we're
with in
on
your
number
pocket after
5
the
right
mortgage is
now.
paid off? If you're not sure,
This
that's
is
okay.
like the 5th time of it
If you
asking
had to
that
pick a number,
question.
got it.
I'm gonna say probably about like 15 to 20,000.
Gotcha. That helps. So if we stepped in and bought it cash, completely as is, no agent
like the
commissions,
6th
no
time.
repairs, no township requirements, and we cover all the closing costs, what's the best total price you'd feel comfortable taking for the house?
82,000.
We got a number.
Okay, gotcha, 82. And if we were to put something together today that checked all your boxes, is that the absolute best you could do on price, or is there a little bit of wiggle room there?
A little bit. Once I talked to the mortgage company to find out how much more I owed on it.
And if that's not enough, still gonna
Totally
go
fair.
one more time.
And just so I don't drop the ball, if we can't get exactly to that number, would you still want to hear what we can do, or would that not be worth it for you?
Yeah, I will still want to hear what you got to say.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Based on everything you've shared, this really sounds like a property we'd want to look into more. The next step is simple. We set up a quick call with our home buying specialist so they can go over numbers with you and answer any last questions. Since you're looking to move pretty fast, would it help more if I try to transfer you over to them right now? Or would you rather set a time for later today or tomorrow morning or afternoon?
I can do it now. I'm not doing anything.
Boom. And right there, it did a live transfer over to the sales team, and they picked it up from there and did the deal. So I've been showing, this call happened on April 15th, so it was about a month ago. And since then, we've actually done significant improvements to our models and the prompt structure of the agents. But I think this is such a great example and use case, because I know for me personally, if I was on the call with this woman and she told me what she was going through, there is not a chance in hell that I would have followed my own framework. Maybe I would have gotten through the conversation and I would have gotten to the point where I'm supposed to ask about price 7 times. And maybe I would have asked, how much are you asking for? And maybe I would have pushed a little bit more and said, how did you come up with that number? But there is absolutely no chance that I would have followed our own process. And if I didn't, you saw, I think it was like the 5th or 6th time that it asked a pricing question that she came back with a number. Then it asked again if there's wiggle room, and she said yes. Then it asked again if we can't get to that number, is it worth a call back? And she said, yeah, I still want to hear what you have to say. So in this case, the AI absolutely did better than I would have on this call. And it solved a real problem for this woman that's going through a tough time. So just to show a few other things on this. So this call was 6 minutes in total, and with the model and everything selected, that amounted to about 85 cents for this call to happen. Okay. So with that, I will leave you with go to the platform, go to revamp365.ai, create a voice agent if you want. I would love if you opted into one of our paid plans, but if you want to go with a free plan, that is totally fine as well. You can play with these things, you can build them, you can test them, you can export them, and by the time this video comes out, you'll probably even have the option on our free plans to, if you want to do more testing than our $5 free credit gives you, you can add credits to your account still without opting in for a premium subscription. Again, the reason that we're doing this is to help accelerate the growth of what's happening in artificial intelligence, specifically related to real estate investing. If you've watched this far into the video, I assume you are probably a real estate investor. Obviously, this is very applicable and adaptable to every other industry as well. And again, I'm going to do future videos. So if you're new here, hit the like or subscribe button. I'm going to show our AI assisted agent builder, so you can build different voice agents for any use case your heart desires. And we'll go into some other things in future videos. If there's anything specifically that you want to know, drop it in the comments. Again, I'm here to engage with everybody that's actively doing things and building things in the industry. It's only been a short time for me and my company that we've had AI agents and AI lead management, which is a whole other thing to show you in future videos. Our AI lead management is also second to none. This is all new. It's all evolving really, really rapidly. And it's super exciting to see so many of our clients that we've had in such a short period of time be able to bring in so much revenue into their businesses with this technology. It's really cool. It's really fulfilling for me. So again, drop a like, drop a comment, hit the subscribe button. I plan to drop more videos and keep things coming. That's all I got for you. Peace.